Welcome to TLTV, Joy and Pleasure Celebrated in Wine. I'm here today in Geneva, and why am I in Geneva? Not only because it's a beautiful city, but because today in the Kempinski Hotel is the actual Union de Grand Cru. And the Union de Grand Cru is actually presenting their wines, or the members of the Union are presenting their wines in the Kempinski Hotel. And they're exactly presenting 80 chateaus are presenting their wines of the year 2013. 2013 was an interesting year. 2013 is a year that has been very challenging for winemakers in Bordeaux, and it will be very interesting to see how they mastered the challenges that the year actually gave them, because I expect very different results throughout. It's not going to be a year like 2009 or 2010. It's one of the weaker years, but a lot of these chateaus, they still produce phenomenal wine. So I'd say let's not wait any longer and let's get started. And the journey continues with Larrivet Haut-Brion. Is a wine with 55% Cabernet Sauvignon and 40% Merlot and some Cabernet Franc as well. 5%, I have to honestly say, very different experience. So the tannins are there, of course, this is very young, but it's very summery from the feeling. This is a wine really that is very approachable, very enjoyable. And it has this wonderful texture in the mouth. However, the tannins will scream, let me sleep, keep me in your cellar for at least another 5, 6, 7 years. The acidity is moderate, and this is something that you have to watch if you want to keep the wine longer, but I think the tannins will actually safeguard that position, so to speak. And this is something for me, is an easy 87 points. Absolutely delightful, without a question. So in 2022, try this one out. So we're still in the same region, Château Haut-Bailly, and it's a wine, 64% Cabernet Sauvignon, 34% actually Merlot, and it's going to be interesting. So if we just look at the actual color, very playful red, very young as expected. But the nose is like this dark cherry experience. It's very interesting. The little bit of Cabernet Franc really provides it with a fundament. And really, you notice the raffinesse, the present tannins, and as well, it just needs a lot more time. It is very quiet in the sense, I expected a little bit more. It's a very enjoyable wine, and therefore for me it's an easy 86. It just doesn't hit me away. I expected a little bit more, but longer. This is a very approachable, interesting bottle of wine, and if you consider as well how the layers are built up and they're still very separate as the wine needs a lot more time, it's an easy 86. Let's move on to the next one. Lots more to the taste. But this is Château de France, so if you take the name, and I'd love to know more why it has that name, actually that probably calls for a visit. This is something, let's have a look and let's have a twirl. Wow, this is really interesting. It has like licorice, it has like red fruit, it has like soulful playfulness in the mouth, and considering 2013 was one of those years that really was a challenge, and it's amazing what actually has been produced here. So I arrived here a little bit reserved, thinking, oh my dear God, what's going to happen? Do you know what? Big surprises, phenomenal wines, elegant, delightful, and this is something I have to say, this is what wine should be like. This is elegant, but it's concentrated at the same time. It has a tannic structure that is, I will call it Thor's hammer, but very refined. Just give this 5 to 6 more years. This is going to be a delight, a true legacy of excellence. This is a wine that, in my opinion, is truly delightful, and I'd love to know more. I'd love to taste some of the other vintages, as this is an indicator of things to come or things that have been that I would love to try. It's, I'll be honest with you, absolutely wonderful. This is an easy 91 points. Let's move on to the next one. The next one, and that is Château les Carmes de Haut-Brion. 60% Cabernet Franc, 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, 20% Merlot. And a very classical vinification in that regard. The nose is a little bit ashy, a little bit of granite. And you get some springtime fruit, so very, very young fruit. It's red, it almost edges on, let's say, some almonds. Very delightful. The tannic structure is very present. It is subtle, but at the same time as well, you notice, leave it for a while. It has a wonderful finish, the acidity is there, the tannic structure is elegant, but very present at the same time. You get some cream, but it just lacks a little bit of the additional raffinesse. It is a very nice wine, definitely worth revisiting in the next 3 to 4 years, or see how the wine progresses and how it matures slowly but surely. And for me, how would you score this? For me, it's an 88 points. Let's move on. More wines to discover. So we continue to Château Carbonnieux, and Château Carbonnieux, this is the red one. Pessac-Léon is the region or the appellation. And from the nose, I have to say, it needs more time. So hold on. It's from the nose, I can say it just is very quiet, very timid. You get the Petit Verdot in this. You get the structure, you get the licorice, tobacco, very sweet, rounded, but very present tannins. You get like wonderful sweet cherries. There's a lot of sunshine in this wine that kind of surprises me. And it's something, wait at least 4 more years. I mean, this definitely needs some resting time. But considering 2013, keeping that all in mind, this is a very enjoyable wine. It's really very pleasant, very playful. And for me, that is something where 87, 88, absolutely, truly very nice and playful. So something you should try out.